If you have been using 11Labs AI generator for your videos and you want to do another 1 month subscription, before you get to do that, I think you should watch this video, because in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a clear, easy to use website that I have been using to generate my videos for free. Yes, you heard me. I use that to generate my voiceovers for free. If you're a YouTuber, you are into faceless content, you create Bible stories, you create folktale videos, and you are always paying for 11 laps monthly to get the voiceovers, then I think you should really watch this video because it's going to help you. I have recently been creating some content for my faceless channels, and I use this particular site free of charge, like free of charge. It helps me to create good voiceovers that are realistic. I don't have to pay for anything. If it sounds like something you need and something that you want to know about, then please watch this video to the end so that you can get the value that I'm going to be sharing. Let's just get right into the video. So this is what I do to generate voiceovers that are free, and I'm not using 11 Pro. The first thing I do is to get my script that I want to generate the voiceover for. So I'll head on to ChatGPT. I'll try to make this as brief as possible. Let me just give this because I want a simple script, right? Now there are different ways to generate your script. You know what you want. You know how long you want the script to be, right? Let me change the command. Let me change the prompt. I need a script from every prayer niche. 20, that is 20 minutes long. It might not give me that, but let me just put a time so that it gives me something long that is 20 minutes long. All right. There's a way you can generate this, but okay, this is what I'm using. All right. So this is what I'm using. This is what that's given to me. I think this is longer than the first one. Right. I think this is way longer than the first one. So this is what I'm going to this is what I'm going to do. This is not going to be about 20 minutes though, but this is what it has given to me. So now I'm just going to copy it, right? So I'm going to copy it. So the next thing I want to do is to go to my Chrome browser. I'm going to head over to Low Voice, yeah, Low Voice, right? This is lowvoice.com. I'll click here, and then I'm going to allow it to open. Now, Blue Voice has a paid version. When I say paid version, I mean that you can pay, right? You can pay to access Blue Voice. But let's say you don't want to pay, let's say you don't have the money to pay and you want to generate voiceovers, right? Just go ahead and log in. Open a fresh account and log in, or use your already existing email address to log in. I have used this again and again, right? So I am logging in with my Google, right? I say log in with Google. Let me pick one from these ones. Which one have I not used? I think I've used most of them, but let me just use this, right? So I'm just going to click on continue, right? So I'll click on continue, and then this is it. Oh, they have even increased it. Before it used to be 2,000 characters, now is 3,000, right? Before it used to be 2,000 characters, but now it's 3,000. So I'm going to go in here and paste what I have. Now, as you can see, it's showing me that I've used 492 characters. Okay, let's go back. Copy longer lengths. Please go ahead and do that, right? So as you can see, I've used 1,194. So I'll just go ahead and keep doing this, copy and paste until I've exhausted the 3,000 words. Sorry, the 3,000 characters. Now, on that thing I always do is that I ensure to close up the blank spaces so that when it is generated, it doesn't pause. Because the pauses are not so much, right? It doesn't pause, and then the pause is now going to be too long. So I'll just go ahead and close up the blank spaces. So this means that I have used 1,500 characters now. I still have my 1,000 plus to still use, right? So let's just go ahead and generate this one. But before I get to do that, here where I have Jenny showing, Jenny female, English USA, I'll click here, right? I'll click here. Now, when you click here, you see some other options. So to get other options to pick from, there are other ones that you can pick from. Most of the time, I always get to use Brian, right? Right, English, United States. And another thing again, I try to maintain using United States because I want that channel to focus on the UK, right? I want the audience for that channel to be focused on the UK. So I just go ahead and choose any of them that is from United States. Now, the difference between this and 11 Labs is the fact that the character, voices you can pick from, they're a bit limited, right? It's a bit limited. But yes, if you have access to these ones, then tell me why you cannot generate your voiceovers. Now, where you have English United States, you can still go ahead and change it, right? There's English United Kingdom, English India, English Australian, English Canada. You can go ahead and pick the one you want. English Nigeria. Let's say you're creating folktale stories for Nigeria, for a Nigerian folktale channel, right? You can choose English Nigeria. There's Philippines. There are different ones, right? There's Spanish, different languages that you can pick from, right? And these ones you can use them for free. You are not paying, right? You can use them for free. That is for that one. Then if you want to customize your voice, right, you can also choose that. But this means that you're going to be using the credits. I think they give it 155 credits per day. This is it, right? They give credits per day. I'm not using this. I'm going to cancel it. What else do you want to do? You want to clear your text, can clear. You want to click on pauses, right? Click on pauses. This is going to tell you how many, what the speed, what the speed is going to be like. We put it on 1 second, it's going to be faster. 2 seconds is faster. Three, I always ensure to leave mine at zero point 0.5, right? The reason is I don't want the reading to be too fast. I don't want it to be too fast. Then that's for that one. Then when you have the setting icon, right? When you have the setting icon, you can go ahead and increase the rates, right? You increase the rate or reduce the rate. This is still talking about the speech level. You can increase it or reduce it to whatever it is. I'm going to leave mine at 0.0%, right? That's for that one. Okay, right? The rate 0.0%, the pitch, how you want it to sound, the volume. You can go ahead and do all of those settings here. But I'm leaving mine at 0%. If I want to alter this, I can increase it or reduce it, right? Just go ahead and play around it, ensuring to get what you want. All right, the next thing is to generate the speech. Now, when you see upgrade plan, this is where you can actually pay, right? This is where you can actually pay. And unlike 11 Labs, we know that 11 Labs is an amazing app, but it is a bit expensive, and sometimes you might not have that amount to use to generate. But you can see here, you can use about 4.75 dollars to pay for 1 year. I even have 40% off to pay for 1 year, right? Then for monthly, you can use $8 to pay for monthly. Yeah, you can use $8 to pay for monthly. There's a higher package of $13, still monthly. Yes, for 5% for people who are maybe want to share accounts, you can still use for $5. Now for the yearly plan, the lowest here is $4.5, which is very affordable. If you do the change for the people that are Nigerians, if you do the change, this is, let's see, this should not be more than 6,000 naira, if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly check it, convert 4.75, 4.75. Yeah, this is 6,500 naira or 6,600 naira to case maybe. If you scroll down, there are other plans of 7.75. This is yearly. You can see for free that this is way cheaper compared to 11 Labs, and you have access to a lot of voiceovers that you can use. A lot of authentic voices. They sound really authentic. Okay, let's try to generate so you can see how this works, right? This is Jenny. Let me change Jenny to, I want to use a man's voice. Let me change Jenny to some other voice. I do not want to use Jenny, right? English. Okay, let's use a man's voice. Let's use guy, right? If I click on confirm, I've chosen guy. So once I click on generate speech, it goes on to generate. Okay, he's telling me that I've reached my credit limit. Because like I said, I've used this account before to generate, right? I've used the account to generate. Now, what at this point, what I usually do is I create a new email address. I've used all of the accounts that I have here to generate. As you can see, I only have 500 custom credits left, right? And In fact, I've used this particular account. I've used it already to create. So that is why it's this that's giving me the notice it gave to me. All right. The next thing that you can get to do, right? Next thing that you can get to do in case you're in the situation that I just found myself now, the next thing you can get to do is to create a temporary email. Let's create a temporary email. Okay. So what I do is I come on here and then I type in temp.mail, right? Temporal mail, that what it is. Then you go ahead. There are plenty of them, but this is the one I want to use. This is how I get temporal mails to use for most of the things that I want to do at this subscription, right? So I just go ahead and click here, right? And then it's going to bring you here. Now you have step one, right? And then you have step two. Step one, you have to, show that you are human, you are not a robot. Right, so I'm verified now. I'm verified. Then the next one is to get email. When you once you click on get email, it brings you here. The reason why I get to use this particular site to get temporary emails is because it allows me to receive inbox. And for the Lou voice, it will send you a login, right? It will send you a login link. So I get to just copy this. I'll just copy this, and I'm going to head back to Lou voice, right? I'll head back to Lou Voice and I'm going to enter this in. So I'm going to go ahead and click on enter the new email that I just generated and click on email. So it's going to tell me that I should check my email for a login link, right? This is why I prefer to use this one. So I'm going to head back to that spot and then you're going to see that they have sent a login say 3 seconds ago. So you click on sign in to Blue Voice and then once it brings you down here, you scroll down, you're going to see sign in. Click on sign in and then it's going to successfully sign you into Blue Voice. This is what it looks like, right? This is what it looks like. Now we are here. We can create, and I know that I usually do this. If I have a very long script, let me say like 20 minutes, a 20 minute script, what I do is I exhaust the 3000. It gives me a chance to generate like 5 times before it will be exhausted. And this is because of the amount of credit that is being given per time to one account, right? As you can see here, it gives you 10,000 credits. See it down here, it gives you 10,000 credits, right? So I get to use this like 4 to 5 times before it gets exhausted. I get to use this 4 to 5 times before I get exhausted. Now let's try to generate our script. Now I'm here. I'm done putting in my script, right? I'm done putting in my script. I'm using 2,935 characters, right? If you're doing Bible prayer niche, for instance, you're doing a Bible prayer. One thing I've noticed is whenever I have scriptures like this, and then I leave the dash, it doesn't pronounce that very well. So I usually use verse, right? So I usually put that as verse. So anyway, I have that dash, I just go ahead and change it to verses, right? Right, verses. I'll just change that to verses. That is it. Verse 6. Okay. So this is it. So I have my script here now. I have my script. And the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and just click on generate, right? Just click on generate. Okay, it's also showing me that this number of credit that I used, this is it here. Standard credit that I'm using currently is 2,946. So when I remove this, I'll still have some left in this particular mail to still use. So I'll click on generate, and this is going to go on and generate for me. Just give it some time to generate.
Welcome, child.
As you can see, it's generating. If you scroll down here, do you know why my interface is showing like this? It's because my Chrome is currently on desktop site, right? I'm using desktop site for my phone. So this is it here. This is it generated here. Once it's done generating, you will see the amount. To show you the amount of minutes down here, right? Down here. Let me increase this. Let me increase this so that we can see it clearly. It will show you the amount of minutes that has been generated. Now, if you want to play it to hear what's like,
Welcome, child of God. If you are watching this prayer today, know that it is
If this is not okay by you, if this is not, if you want to change the speed, you want to change the process, you can just go ahead and do that and regenerate it. But I'm not changing anything, right? And I'm not even regenerating. I don't want to use up all of the credits. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the download sign. This is how to download it to your phone. Click on the download side and it's going to show you this, right? Download. You go ahead and click on download again, right? It's done, right? This is done, downloaded. I think I downloaded it twice. I think I mistakenly downloaded it twice. So now I'll open the download, right? So that I don't lose sight of it or I don't struggle to access it when I want to use it. I'm going to go ahead and just click on rename, right? I'll rename this prayer. Please leave the MP3, leave the dot MP3. Just rename to this point, leave the dot MP3. If you change that dot mp3, I've altered this file. So you're going to do this. You're going to name it prayer, or let me say praise one, right? Click on OK. All right, I'll just click on OK. So I have it there. I have it named, right? So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing for more. As you can see, this only gave me 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and create more because truth is the longer your prayers, the more people spend on your channel to watch, right? The longer your prayers, the more people spend on your channel to watch. So I'll just go ahead and create. Usually, I usually ask, there's a way I give my prompt to chat, and it gives me a good script that is very long. Most of the times, it gives me at least 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes to 18 minutes. I just go ahead and use this pattern to generate it. So this is it. This is what you are going to do if you don't want to use 11 Labs. This is completely free of charge. When you are done exhausting the credits for this one, use the temporary email that I just showed you to create another email and then start afresh. It is that simple. I was, like I said, I was using my own email before. I used my own email, like all the emails I have, and I exhausted them. And then now I'm beginning to use temporary emails, right? So just go ahead and do this and be able to generate as many as you want. And the first ones, they're very clear, they're lovely, they're easy to use. Just in case you're wondering, okay, how do I get the images? That would be a video for another day. I'll put a button up an image. I'm going to button up a video shortly where I will show you how to create images for your folk channel, your prayer channel. This was just only for an illustration. It mustn't be prayer nature. It can be anything. But just look out for that video. Thank you. If you watched this point, kindly leave a like, leave a subscribe, and I'm going to see you in my next video. For now, bye.